Good morning. It's me, Linda Burhans, with Candid Conversations today with my friend Kathryn Morrow. We have matching shirts. I don't know how that happened. It's like osmosis. So Kathryn's been my friend for a long time. I'm going to ask her to tell you a little about herself. And today we're going to talk about EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, which has helped me in the past. And I think it could help a lot of people. I really believe in doing things as holistically as best we can. So tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you said, my name is Kathryn, and I've been a holistic practitioner for many, many years, creating health on a physical, spiritual, and emotional level. And I am a licensed nurse, and I still keep that so I can educate people, even though I don't work in that field any longer. I have my master's in nutrition and my doctorate in theology because I found that every single illness was tied to our spirituality.
Yeah.
And so my clients mostly are seeking nutritional and emotional or spiritual support in different ways. And I post a daily Facebook and YouTube video on wellness and health on both a spiritual level and a physical level. So that's a little bit about me.
All connected. It's all connected.
Yes, it is.
So what is EFT?
Okay, well, a gentleman, Gary Craig, developed this, and he started working with a psychiatrist, Dr. Callahan, in his practice. And the psychiatrist had been working with people with phobias for like 10 years on his couch. They'd make little steps, but he started using the EFT, and literally people that were afraid to fly, they not only flew on airplanes, they started jumping out of airplanes.
Oh, goodness.
And this happened within like weeks instead of like his years and years of therapy. So Gary Craig knew he had something there. And basically it works like acupuncture without needles.
Okay.
And so it's and if you're like me, I know I'm a nurse, but I do not like needles. I never did. Every time I give someone a needle, I'd be like, ouch.
I can't even look. If they do it on TV, I can't even look.
See, you're the same way.
You're like, woo.
And do you know, I went to an acupuncturist once and she was intuitive and she said, I'm just going to lay the needles on you.
Oh.
And that worked. And then that's when it really confirmed with me that EFT really could work, and I started using it in my practice.
Yeah.
So it works like Chinese medicine. So acupuncture clears meridian pathways by placing the needles in those different spots, and the same thing, EFT does the same thing. Now, the second component of EFT is the phrase. So anytime we say something or speak something, Linda, you definitely are a positive speaker. That's what is manifested in our life. So as we're like tapping on these different points and saying that positive phrase, we literally are changing our brain. Because when you're expanding on the points, the meridian points, it's attaching yourself to your brain, and every single thought has this little squiggle. That's what our brain, all the little squiggles that we see in there, that is our thought patterns that we created over time. So we have to undo some. If there's any type of dis-ease or discomfort in the body on all different levels, we have to erase that thought form, and the EFT saying it with the different phrases is the thing that does it. And then I like to use a positive phrase to replace that squiggle instead of leaving it blank. We don't want our brain blank.
Yeah. Well, I'm very watchful of my words. Years ago when I was going through a tough time, people would say, how you doing? And I'd say, I'm hanging in there. And one day I thought, who wants to be hanging in there? That's a terrible thing to say. So I always say I'm joyful and grateful. And every now and then somebody looks at me and goes, and I say, some days I'm joyfully challenged, but I'm always grateful.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, so yes, you are definitely a prime example of that. You live your life that way. And I think that's why we're friends.
That's probably. Oh my goodness. So how does
Oh.
so we kind of get an idea of how it works, but how can someone do it? Could you do it for yourself? You don't have to go to a doctor. You don't have to go anywhere to do EFT.
No, you can do it yourself. But what I found out in my practice, and this really came through with a cancer patient. She didn't have a lot of time to live, and I put her on my cancer protocol, which has great effects with people. But as I said, she didn't have a lot of time, so I was like, you know what? Let's incorporate this EFT.
Right.
And so I taught her how to do it herself. And then I was like, you know what? She's not getting the results. And so I went to the house and I taught her husband to do it, like literally he did it on her with his hands.
Okay.
And as I was sitting there watching them, I saw the spark, and all of a sudden, she had amazing results. She had wanted to get a Winnebago and travel the country with her husband. And they had only given her like 2 months to live at the
Oh
point when
my
she was
goodness.
at this. And do you want to know what?
But
She traveled the country in a Winnebago for, I think, 2, 3 years, and
oh
she
my
accomplished.
goodness.
Yes, and she accomplished everything she wanted to do, and all along they kept up with the EFT, but they did it together.
Mm,
And because sometimes we're so blocked and we just need someone else's energy to help us through
yeah.
that. And so that's what made me start using it with clients, because I was like, hey, I'm giving them these nutritional protocols, or I'm helping them spiritually on different levels, but we're still not getting the results. Let me start working with people together. And that has been my practice for all these years. And clients have had great results with that. And a lot of times, we have different issues throughout our lives. So it's not just one issue that we have to work through. It's
Right.
usually many issues, right?
But you know what the thing is too, sometimes we just need someone else to touch us.
Right? Isn't that
You
the
know,
truth?
you're kind of blocked and you need a little help from your friends.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Now I do all my consults by phone. I'm not doing them in person, so I'm not physically touching them, but energetically I'm helping them, work through everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So if someone's interested in this, where do they start? What do they
Um,
do? Can you
well,
like do some and give us some examples?
yeah, I will. Let's first talk about like how this actually works.
Okay.
So if I was to teach it to you, the first thing we would do was to identify an issue, you
Okay.
know, whatever that is, and then we'd figure out the intensity of that issue, which intensity is really easy if you have pain. On a 0 to 10, you can actually feel, the
Right.
pain. Sometimes if it's an emotional issue, it might be a little bit harder to pinpoint, but it doesn't have to be exact. So figure out that intensity, and then you figure out a setup phrase. And as I said, I like to do the setup phrase with the issue and then with the solution. And then you just tap on the different meridian points. And as you're saying the setup phrase, and then after you're done with a couple of rounds of it, you go back and see the intensity. And if the intensity got to 0, you're great.
Okay.
And I really mean it. It doesn't come back, you
Well,
know.
give us an example of an issue and what the statement would be for that.
Sure. Well, do you have something you want to work on?
Sure. So
Do you
what do
want to?
you want me to say what it is?
Yeah.
Right now, I have a really clogged head for the past 2 days. I don't know why. I'm really like congested.
Okay, so
I
we'll work on congestion, which a lot of people are experiencing, because a lot of lung issues with the virus that's
don't.
out here. So that's a perfect thing to do. So how we would do it is I'll ask you first, what is the intensity of that on a 0 to 10? What do you feel that intensity is?
Like an 8.
Like an 8, okay. And so then we're going to determine a setup phrase. And I always start every phrase with, even though up until now I feel this congestion, I truly love, forgive, and accept myself now. And that would be the first setup phrase. And we'll do a round of that. We'll just kind of do it kind of quickly through that. And then we'll pick a second setup phrase, and then we'll ask your intensity.
Okay.
So it doesn't take long. It's really simple to do. As a matter of fact, the Yankees ball players, you might see them out on the field. They learned how to do it many years ago. So a lot of the players were doing
Well,
this.
I've seen other sports players too. I saw a
Uh-huh.
football guy take his helmet off, and he was.
Yeah, because it actually works. It really does. So I think when we see our sports players doing it, we know that, whoa, we're onto something here.
Yeah.
So we start what we call the karate chop. So that's the meaty places down from your pinky. And we just do a karate chop. And we're going to say that first setup phrase, even though, and
Even
you just
though,
repeat, up until now,
up until now,
I may feel this congestion.
I may feel this congestion.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And then we take our fingertips and right above our eyebrow. So even though,
Even though,
up until now,
up until now,
I have some congestion,
I have some congestion.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And then we go to the side of the eye, even though,
Even though,
up until now,
now, I
I may
feel this
feel,
congestion.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And under the eye, if you can say the whole statement yourself, even though,
Even though, up
up,
until now, I feel this congestion.
I truly love,
I truly love, forgive,
forgive,
and
and
accept
accept
myself
myself now. And
now.
when you say that part, I truly love, just picture yourself loving like someone who you love so much, because
Right.
we have to love ourselves, and that is really an important part of this.
Yeah.
So then under the nose is another point, even though,
Even though,
up until now,
up until now,
I feel this congestion,
I feel this congestion.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And you're already feeling the peace coming into you. It's beautiful.
Mm.
And at the chin, right here, like right underneath your lower lip, the chin,
Yeah.
even though,
Even though,
up until now,
up until now,
I feel this congestion,
I feel this congestion.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
You're feeling it already.
Yeah.
And at the collarbone, it's like right underneath your collarbone right there. It can be on either side, right or left, whichever feels right. And even though,
Even though,
up until now,
up until now,
I feel this
I
congestion,
feel this congestion.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And then you take the flat part of your hand underneath your arm, even though,
Even though,
up until now,
up until now,
I may feel this congestion,
I may feel this congestion.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And then you take your two hands, your fingertips, right in the middle of your head, even though,
Even though,
up until now,
up until now,
I may feel this congestion,
I may feel this congestion.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And we don't have to do a whole round if we don't have a lot of time, but the second setup phrase we would do right at the karate chop again.
Yeah.
And I always say, I now choose. That's how I start the second setup. I now choose to allow my body to heal and work perfectly. I truly love,
I truly
forgive,
love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now. Let's say the first part of that one again.
Okay, and we'll go to the top of the eye. I now choose
I now choose
that it's safe for me
that it's safe for me
to allow my body to heal.
to allow my body to heal.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And I don't know if you want to go through all the points if we have enough time,
Yeah.
or do you want? Okay, so then we'll go to the side of the eye. I now choose
I now choose
that it's safe for my body to heal,
that it's safe for my body to heal,
and I can release all this congestion now.
and I can release all this congestion now.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept
and accept
myself
myself
now.
now.
And under the eye, I now choose
I now choose
that it's safe for me to heal,
that it's safe for me to heal,
and all congestion can leave now.
and all congestion can leave now.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And under the nose, I now choose
I now choose
that it's safe for me to heal,
that it's safe for me to heal,
and I can breathe clearly.
and I can breathe clearly.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And I change the statement as I go when I'm working with people because I
Huh?
can see what resonates the best and what is going to help them move along. But if you're doing it yourself, you can stick to the same statement that you set up with. But it's all in the same picture. I just kind of
Yeah.
use my intuition.
Right.
And let's go to the chin. I now choose
I now choose
that it is safe for me to heal,
that it is safe for me to heal,
and I can release all this congestion.
and I can release all this congestion.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And then at that collarbone again, even I now choose
I now choose
that I can release all this congestion.
that I can release all this congestion.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And under the arm, I now choose
I now choose
that it's safe for me to heal,
that it's safe for me to heal,
and I am healthy.
and I am healthy.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And to the top of the head, with those fingertips, I now choose
I now choose
that I am breathing clearly,
that I am breathing clearly,
and all congestion is now gone.
and all that congestion is now gone.
I truly love,
I truly love,
forgive,
forgive,
and accept myself now.
and accept myself now.
And just take a breath in and just release it. And then ask yourself what the intensity is now of that congestion on a 0 to 10.
Well, I think the congestion is maybe down to like a 6, but I think my whole body is just so much more relaxed. And,
Yes,
and as I kept repeating those words, it made me feel confident that this could happen. You know what I mean?
I do. I could feel that. Yes. And that's that peace, because we need peace and trust to be able to heal. So belief is a very big thing. As a matter of fact, that happened to be my tip of the day today was on beliefs. So
This would
anyway.
probably be so good too for kids.
Oh, do you know it is wonderful? I have used it on kids because I used to tutor with the No Child Left Behind program, and I had children that had ADHD that was so bad, and I used to use it on them a lot. It really helps with that. It helps before a test, like if you're really anxious.
Yep.
So you just sit there at your desk and just do that, or before you go into school that day, and it helps with learning. So, like, if you're trying to study, if a child's trying to study, if they do the EFT, I'm now, open to be able to remember everything. It would really help them with that too. It really helps kids.
Wouldn't it be so cool if you just did that at the breakfast table every morning with your kids to start their day?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
That would be
a
wonderful.
lot of pressures these days, and especially with with everything with the COVID and masks and everything
Mhm.
else. I think there's a lot of kids going through it. A lot of people are going through a tough time.
Yeah, I mean anxiety and everything, this helps so much. I Years ago I had a client who had anxiety so bad. He had done everything, had gone to every type of doctor, every type of medication, to psychologists,
So
to
frustrating.
everything. And within a week, I mean, he called me up. He goes, after doing just three sessions, because usually when I work with people, I like to do 3 sessions in a week because then that really puts a lot of energy and power to it and wipes it away. And he called me the following week. He goes, I have never felt this good.
Oh my
And,
goodness.
so I have a lot of testimonials like that. It really does work. And if you're not getting the results by yourself, you do need, it would be very helpful to find a practitioner or someone else that can do it with you.
Yeah, a partner or a friend or your kid or whatever. You could do it to your
Yeah.
kid, you could do it to you.
Yeah,
So where can our
exactly.
listeners find you if they'd like to get in touch with you?
Well, I mean, the great way, I mean, you can find me on Facebook, YouTube, but I mean, the best way that everyone can find me is always by telephone, and I don't mind giving my phone
Okay.
number out. And that's 727-776-1958, or they can email me at mission of hope, draw the number 2 at gmail.com.
Okay. And I'll put all that information in the description of this show.
Okay, great.
What's the last thing you'd like our listeners to hear today?
Um, you know, there's so many different options on that outside to, in the outside world to promote health. And I just want you to know that this helps, even if you're doing other things, if you're taking medications or if you're seeing someone, a doctor of any kind or whatever, doing this along with your protocols of what you're doing, it just really enhances it. So, learn EFT, do it and use it. It really does work.
Thank you so much for being with me today. You know how much I love you.
I love you too, Linda. You have a very blessed day.
You have a delicious day.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's going to make me want to go eat ice cream.
All right, everybody, have a delicious day today. Do a little EFT, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.